Welcome to Versus Mode on English Channel.
We compare daily life to make English simple and fun.
Real life meets real learning.
Compare, learn, speak.
Let's dive in.
Before we start, let's talk about our word of the day, lease. For English learners, a lease is the legal agreement between a renter and a landlord. It is a paper that says how much money you pay and how many months you will stay. Usually, a lease is for 12 months. It is the passport to the apartment. Here we are, Cooper. This is our favorite spot. Sit down, buddy. Good boy. Wow, Harper, it is a very warm afternoon for April. I can feel the sun on my face.
It really is, Ben. I think Bear is feeling the heat, too. Look at him. He is looking for the darkest shade under the bench. Can we stay here for a while? I am quite tired.
Of course. Sit, relax. You look like you have been working hard. I saw you outside your house at 8 o'clock this morning. You were carrying a very large ladder.
Yes, the ladder. My gutters were full of old leaves from last autumn. If I don't clean them, the rain won't flow correctly, and it could damage my roof. It took me 3 hours to finish. My back is very sore and my hands are dirty.
That sounds like a tough morning. I actually slept until 9:30 today. Then I sat on my balcony with a glass of orange juice. I watched the people walking by. I didn't even think about gutters or ladders. That is the beauty of my apartment. I don't own the roof, so I don't have to climb it.
I know. Sometimes I am very jealous of your Saturday mornings. But tell me, Ben, don't you get tired of the rules? I saw a sign in your apartment lobby that says, "No loud music after 9 p.m." And I know you had to pay a special fee just to have Cooper live there.
That is true. There are many rules. I have to follow the pet policy, and I can't choose the color of my front door. It's always white. But I like the rules because they keep things quiet and clean. If my neighbor is too loud, I don't have to talk to them. I just call the building manager, and they fix the problem.
I see. For me, I like being the boss. If I want to play my music loud while I clean my gutters, I can. If I want to paint my house bright purple, well, I won't. But I could. It is about the feeling of ownership. My house is my castle. I feel safe there because I control everything.
But control is also a lot of weight. What if your heater breaks in the middle of a cold night in January? You have to find a repairman, you have to pay him, and you have to wait in the cold. If my heater breaks, I just call the emergency maintenance line. They come in 20 minutes and I pay $0.
That is a very good point. Last winter, my water heater actually did leak. It was a disaster. I had to use every towel in the house to soak up the water. It was stressful and very expensive.
See, my life is low stress. I don't want to be a plumber or a gardener. I just want to live. I value my time more than I value owning a piece of land.
I think we just have different priorities. I value stability. I want to stay in this neighborhood for 20 years. I want to see the trees I planted grow big enough to hold a swing. When you rent, your landlord can decide not to renew your contract. You might have to move even if you don't want to.
That is a risk, but it also means I can leave whenever I want. If I find a better apartment with a bigger gym or a better view, I can just pack my bags. I am like a traveler. Cooper and I like the adventure.
Key phrase, throwing money away. Our key phrase today was throwing money away. This is an idiom we use when we think money is being wasted. But as we learned today, what looks like waste to one person is actually freedom to another.
Harper, let's talk about the topic everyone loves, money. You often tell me that I'm throwing money away every month. Can you explain why you think that?
Well, think about it this way, Ben. Every month you give, let's say, $2,000 to your landlord. After 1 year, you have given him $24,000. Do you have anything to show for it? No. You just have a receipt. But when I pay the bank for my house, a part of that money goes toward equity.
Equity. That is a big word. Can you explain that simply?
Sure. Equity is the part of the house that I truly own. Every time I make a payment, the bank owns a little bit less, and I own a little bit more. In 30 years, I will own the whole house. It will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is a giant savings account that I live in.
I understand that. But you are forgetting about the lost money in home ownership. You pay property taxes to the government. You pay interest to the bank. You pay for insurance. That money is also gone forever, isn't it? You don't get your taxes back.
You are right. Taxes and interest are expensive, but the value of my house usually goes up over time. In America, houses usually become more valuable every year. So even if I pay taxes, the house is growing in value like a tree.
But what about the down payment? To buy that house, you had to save money for a long time. You had to give the bank a huge amount of cash on the first day.
Oh, yes. Saving for the down payment was very hard. I didn't go to restaurants for 3 years. I didn't buy new clothes. I had to save 20% of the house price. It was a very large mountain of money.
Exactly. While you were saving that money and suffering without restaurants, I was using my extra money to invest in the stock market. My money is liquid. That means I can take it out of the bank today and use it. Your money is locked in your house. If you need money for an emergency, you can't just sell one room of your house, right?
No, I definitely cannot sell the kitchen to pay for a doctor's bill. You are right that renting allows you to keep your cash. But what about rent increases? My house payment is the same every month for 30 years. Your rent goes up every year because of inflation.
That is the one thing that scares me. Last year, my rent went up 8%. It made my budget very tight. I had to spend less on Cooper's dog treats.
Poor Cooper. See, that is why I like my mortgage. I know exactly what I will pay in the year 2040. It gives me a feeling of peace. I don't have to worry about a landlord getting greedy.
Word of the day, mortgage. Let's look at our next word, mortgage. A mortgage is a special loan from a bank specifically to buy a house. You don't pay it all at once. You pay it back slowly over many years.
Word of the day, down payment. And down payment is the first big payment you make. It shows the bank that you are serious and that you have saved your money. It is usually the biggest check a person will ever write. Ben, look at Bear. He is watching a squirrel so intently. He is so focused. He really feels like this park is his territory.
Cooper is the opposite. He's trying to make friends with a butterfly. He's so relaxed. I think our dogs really match our lifestyles. I am relaxed like Cooper because I don't have many responsibilities. You are focused like Bear because you have to manage a whole property.
You might be right. But tell me, Ben, don't you ever want to learn how to fix things? Don't you want to be handy?
Honestly, no. I am very bad with tools. One time I tried to hang a picture on the wall and I accidentally made a huge hole. I had to use a lot of toothpaste to fill it in so the landlord wouldn't see.
Toothpaste. Ben, that is terrible. See, I love being handy.
Word of the day, handy. And our last word is handy. Being handy means you are good at fixing things or building things around the house. Harper is very handy and I have toothpaste for my walls.
I have a toolbox with a hammer, screwdrivers, and a power drill. Last week, I fixed my own sink. It felt amazing. I felt like a superhero. When you rent, you never learn those skills because you always call someone else to do the work.
I am okay with that. I am a specialist. I am good at my job, and I pay other people to be good at their jobs. I think it's a fair trade. I use my brain for my work, and I save my hands for petting Cooper.
That's a fair way to look at it. But what about the community? Because I own my house, I know all the neighbors. We have a neighborhood watch group. We have a big party every summer in the street. Because you move every few years, do you ever feel lonely?
Sometimes, but not really. Apartment buildings are like small cities. I meet people in the elevator or at the gym. It's a different kind of community. It's fast and social. Your community is slow and deep. Both are good, don't you think?
I agree. I think it depends on the season of your life. When I was younger, I loved renting a small place near the city center. I wanted to be near the action. But now that I have Bear, I want the quiet street and the backyard.
Maybe one day I will want a garden too. Maybe when I am older, I will want to plant a tree like you did. But for now, I love the feeling of being light. If I want to move to Europe for a year, I can.
That does sound like a dream. Well, Ben, I think we have both made good choices for our own lives. There is no wrong answer.
Exactly. If you are happy and your dog is happy, you are in the right place.
Well said. Oh, look, the sun is starting to go down. The sky is turning orange. It's beautiful.
It is. I should probably get Cooper home for dinner. He is starting to look at my pockets for treats.
And I need to go finish the second coat of paint on that bedroom wall. The work of a homeowner never truly ends.
Good luck with the paint, Harper. Try not to get any more blue in your hair.
I'll try. See you tomorrow, Ben.
See you tomorrow. Come on, Cooper. Let's go home. So, to our listeners, renting or buying, what do you choose for your life?
Tell us in the comments. Are you like me? Do you want the pride and the stability of owning your own home?
Do you prefer the convenience of just calling a landlord when the sink leaks?
Or do you want the long-term investment of owning your own land and house?
Are you a traveler who wants to move every year?
Thanks for listening to Versus Mode On. See you next time.